You're watching Innovations News, for us, by us.
Good morning, Phoenix. I'm Ashley Davis, and this is your student broadcasting network for Innovation Students by Innovation Students. Now to start 2015, here's Devon and Brianna with the New Year's resolution of our classmates.
My New Year's resolution is just to be awesome. Take every day to learn or do something different, and to, of course, to lose weight. That is it.
His resolution is to graduate this year.
Man, I'm trying to get rich because, you know what I'm saying, I'm a rapper, said my name Moolah, by the way. And I want to be the biggest kingpin in Chicago. And that's it, man.
My New Year's resolution is just to be happy and to do me. That's all.
My New Year's resolution is to keep you kids quiet because you're always talking and it's driving me crazy.
My New Year's resolution is to stay focused and complete the goals that I have set for this year.
The deaths of Michael Brown and Eric Garner have been on the news lately. Here with a special report are Julian and Nia.
Over the past couple of weeks, controversy over Michael Brown and Eric Garner have been running rapid over the news and social networks. Some citizens feel that no conviction of these officers was not justice. Many people was upset with the court's final decision. Innovations High School has took it upon themselves to ask staff members and students how they feel about law enforcement in their country or hometown. Do they trust any police? What is their opinion on law enforcement as a whole?
Based off my experience, what I've been in, I don't trust them, man.
My take on Chicago's law enforcement is that most of the time they mistreat the citizens in the community, and that is not very fair. And I believe that they're doing the complete opposite of, what they get paid to do.
Well, first of all, I think in order to handle a community, you need to be of the community. The majority of the individuals who are within the community supposedly policing don't come from those. I think it's really possible for someone who lacks any of those things that I just said to actually police it in a manner that is conducive to what is needed in that community. Do I trust the police officers or the police system? No, I don't, because I don't, as I said, overall experiences growing up in this country as a black man, the majority of my experiences with police have been negative. So no, I don't find the police system or most of these systems in this country to be beneficial to me or something that I can trust.
Every time something happens, they just don't get the appropriate punishment for what they do. No, I don't trust the police.
Thank you, Julian and Nia. Now here's Emmanuel and Juliana with a report about the protests against police misconduct.
I didn't really like that video because it wasn't right, and through the whole video he was actually saying, like, I can't breathe, and you heard it, and it's not right to actually choke somebody. So
I had read about what happened to Eric Garner and had already felt that he was done the gravest of injustices. When I watched the video, I was still shocked by how quick the officer was to put his arm around his neck.
The maneuver they used was an illegal move or not a sanctioned move by the police department. And even in using such a technique, there was no repercussions in their actions.
That's just a slap in the face for America. Like, we have rights. We're human beings. And to see this person that's standing behind a badge not get penalized for something that I would have got penalized for, it's
For no charges, that's just unreasonable. He's still a human being,
I don't think it was fair that he was let go and then the murder was caught on camera. I don't think it was fair.
I think that the anger that people feel, including myself, is justified because his rights and his life was violated. And unfortunately, Eric Garner is one of many people who have had their rights violated by the police. I think the protests have a very clear point that we need to retrain police officers, we need to take them off the streets when they violate the rights of citizens, and that we need to keep clear data on how police are behaving and give them consequences when their behavior is out of line.
I actually was in one of the protests and I was marching.
I have not attended a protest. I would attend a protest.
Actually, I've seen one. I witnessed one on Roosevelt a couple days ago, and I was irritated by it because I had to go that way and I couldn't move.
I felt like the protest would cause anything, you know, because a lot of protests don't do anything. So what's the point of me getting out in the street, you know what I'm saying, voicing my opinion if my opinion doesn't mean anything?
I was in the one over the summer, well, 3 actually. I was in the one over the summer for Mike Brown where we had our hands in the air for 4 minutes for every hour his body was left on the street. And recently, the two this past Friday and Saturday. Friday, we were approached by many cops and we weren't able to they were violating our rights to assemble, which angered me a lot. And we weren't able to walk everywhere we wanted to walk. We were peaceful and everything. And Saturday at 2 p.m., we took over the expressway. And basically it's a message, if we can't live as black people, then you can't live your regular life either.
Thank you, Emmanuel and Juliana. Attention students, picture day for seniors is on Thursday. January 8th, all seniors will take their cap and gown photos. Remember, if you want to purchase you will have your money and smile ready on picture day. Here's Malik Penn with a new segment that highlights some very funny comedians today.
Slicing and dicing and slicing and dicing, mom spaghetti, spaghetti, spaghetti. Oh hey, my name is Malik Penn, and welcome to ABCD, appreciating the best comedians daily, but only on a weekly basis. In this segment, I am showing appreciation to the one and only Dave Chappelle, labeled as one of the greatest comedians of all time and is notable for his many years of stand-up comedy and his self-entitled infamous show, Chappelle Show. Dave Chappelle is someone who worked for everything that came to him, and he wanted to do everything with the right intentions. A very funny guy, but always loved the quiet life. He touched on subjects that people were afraid to talk on. His topics were personal, and it was something everyone could relate to. He had 2 successful seasons of The Chappelle Show, and the sales from the first season DVD release is the greatest selling TV show DVD. The Chappelle Show was scheduled for a 3rd and 4th season, and he was offered $50 million. He disappeared during the making of the 3rd season after one of the takings of a skit entitled Blackface, and someone was laughing unusually hard, and if he felt like he was being laughed at. He felt like he wasn't doing these skits for the right reasons anymore. Everyone thought he was losing it because he left without notifying anyone, not even his wife. He never returned back to the show, but they released the finished skits of the 3rd season entitled Lost Episodes in 2005. Fast forwarding nearly a decade later, Dave Chappelle has been touring, doing stand-up comedy, and still manages to keep his personal life out of the tabloids. Here's a recent stand-up performance of his.
Thanks, Malik. And now let's check in with Tyler for our weather forecast.
It's raining cats and dogs.
Thanks, Tyler. That's our show. Thank you for watching the Student Broadcasting Network. I'm Ashley Davis, and I'll see you next week, Phoenix.